So today we're going to show you how to mount the TORIC 30mm low power variable 1:8 by 24 optic. So I've got the scope right here. This is the mount that we recommend when you're mounting it to an AR platform. This is the Warn X-Scale mount. This is a cantilever type mount, so it's going to position the scope the right forward amount to be able to reach the charging handle, but yet the right height so you can get a nice solid cheek weld and good eye relief. I like to position the mount pretty much as far forward on the receiver as possible. You never want to bridge the receiver and the handguard. So I've got it as far forward. Before I tighten it down, I'm going to take the scope and just kind of eyeball it to make sure that it's far enough forward again to be able to reach the charging handle. So I'm going to put that in place. I have my Warn 65 inch-pound torque wrench. I'm going to hand tighten these first, pushing the actual mount up against the rail and just snug it with my hands. And then I'm going to use the wrench to just slowly tighten each one until the wrench breaks at that 65 inch-pounds. There you go. Now I'm going to remove the ring tops and place the scope into the mount. Okay, now that I have the ring tops removed, I'm going to place the scope into the mount. And I always try to make sure that I do not mix up the ring tops. So this was from the front, this was from the rear. Just going to set those in place. And using my Capri Tools torque wrench, I'm going to tighten those nice and evenly, just a little at a time. Making sure that the spacing between the bottom of the ring and the top of the ring stays even on both sides. There's no reason to rush this process. I like to use kind of a cross pattern. And again, just give it about one revolution each until you start to snug it. Okay, now that I have the ring tops snug, I want to check for the proper eye relief, and I'm going to level the reticle using the Segway Reticle Level. So what I like to do is make sure that if I mount the gun with my eyes closed, when I open my eyes, I'm looking right through the scope and I don't have to move my head forward or back or up or down. And actually, that's right where it should be. So now I'm going to use my reticle leveler. Just make sure the reticle is perfectly level to the bore. Now all I really have to do is get behind the scope, and using the lines on the reticle leveler, I will just turn the scope and make sure that it is level with the horizontal lines. Okay, we are good to go. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten the ring tops. We recommend 18 inch-pounds on the ring tops. So I'm just going to double check my Capri Tools, set up for 18 inch-pounds. And now just very slowly I'm going to tighten each screw just about a quarter turn, nice and evenly, Again, there's no reason to rush this part of the process. If you over tighten the screws or you tighten them unevenly, that can actually compress the tube. And if you compress the tube, it can affect a bunch of different things inside the scope. The first thing is the actual erector assembly. The erector assembly is not moving properly. Your elevation windage adjustments will not track properly. Your magnification ring can actually stick. So you want to just make sure you really take your time just a little bit. You want to keep looking at that spacing on both sides to make sure that one side of the ring is not any closer to the bottom than the other. And we're getting to that point where now the wrench is going to start to break as I hit that 18 inch-pounds. There we go. Okay, all 4 of those screws are torqued to 18 inch-pounds. Now I'm going to repeat that procedure on the rear ring top. Okay, all 4 of the rear ring screws are torqued to 18 inch-pounds. My side bolts are torqued to 65 inch-pounds. The scope is now mounted. Now the thing to do is to adjust the reticle for my eye. The diopter actually allows you to focus the reticle. So that'll be the next video.